All right, guys, so I got back into Destiny 2 last week. Trust me, I know everything that you're saying right now and everything you're going to put very calmly and collectively in the comments below after you like and subscribe to this channel. I already know everything you're going to put down there. But I have a lot of stuff to talk about as somebody who has played Destiny 2 a lot since the game launched on PC. I want to talk about stuff. I've had a week's worth, actually I have years worth of talking. So what we're doing is welcome to Destiny Week. Let's get right into it and talk about it, guys. Welcome back to the channel, all you losers and degens. It's your first time to the channel, you are now a loser and degen. Guys, my name is Operator Kelso, or you can just call me Kelso, or that loser that you don't want to talk to. So today, if you don't know, we are going to talk about the first day in what I'm going to call Destiny Week. This could last, it's going to last at least 3 days. I'm kind of debating playing with the idea of it lasting all 5 days. So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But it's basically, I have a lot I want to talk about in my thoughts about Destiny, because that's what this channel is. It's just me yapping. I like to yap. King Yapper over here. So I have been playing Destiny 2. I have taken about a year off of it. I think I put more time into it since I've been gone than I thought. So as I keep running up on weapons that are, I'm sorry, my hat's like bugging the piss out of me. So, but I keep running into weapons that I've finished, and I don't remember finishing them. But let's fast forward to get into Destiny. So basically, I want to talk about a comment. I made a video about it last week. Not last week, 2 weeks ago. But, and if you watched As the Cross and a lot of what other people are talking about, it's the potential of things of the executives leaving Bungie. I think is a good thing. That's a video. Maybe we approach that in this video. Maybe we don't. Again, still planning out how all these rants are going to go. If you guys have watched my videos before, you'll know they go off the rails. It's just me ranting. I like these videos. These videos are not made to really gain a lot of traction. They're just places for me to talk, because I like to hear myself talk about these things, because these are things I talk about with my friends all the time. And unfortunately, with the tism, your friends aren't always into the things that you're into. I mean, and you hyperfixate. So with this, let's get right into it. It was referred to Destiny. So if you don't know, Destiny has been acquired by Sony. It happened a while back. Honestly, it was the number one that I could see them going to outside of Microsoft, but I don't think they were ever going to go back to Microsoft, because the reality is they've been with Microsoft before, and they, like most of their publishers, did not like dealing with Microsoft. They wanted to leave, but take Halo with them. However, Halo, if you don't know, belongs to Microsoft, not to Bungie. That is not the case with Destiny. Destiny belongs to Bungie, not to, at that point, Activision, Sony. I'll be honest, I don't know how that goes. I'm sure they still own the IP, like Bungie. I think when Sony acquires Bungie, they don't acquire Destiny. Like if they want to technically reverse the buyout, Bungie goes with Destiny. That was the whole point of Bungie existing, or Destiny existing, was so that Bungie had their own IP. Now, with that, and what the title is and said is that we've gotten an email that has stated that, they see Destiny as a failed investment. They should, because has been. I know as a massive, you're either going to be there's two sides of this fence you're going to be on. Yes, Bungie is 100% a failure, and so is Destiny. Or they don't know what they're talking about. Destiny is a success. Here's the thing. It's a little bit of both, and that's the truth of Destiny. So what we have heard is that they have acquired Bungie very much not for Bungie. I don't think Sony really cares about acquiring Bungie for Bungie. I think they wanted to acquire Bungie for Destiny. Because look, if you are in the loot shooter genre, trust me, if you play Destiny, it's about it. Let's look at the other loot shooters that have come and competed. And I mean from a live service point. Yes, Borderlands created the loot shooter. I am not going to deny that. I love Borderlands. I love what Borderlands used to be. 3 was crap. Hot take, that's probably, I'll probably make a TikTok about this one. Hot take. Borderlands, the pre-sequel, was better than 3. The characters were better. I liked the story better. I did not like 3. But anyway, a lot of people didn't like the pre-sequel either. But I understand that series started the loot shooter. And man, was that like, you know how like when you're a kid, and for very much of us who grew up in my generation, like Shigo and the girl from Danny Phantom was like your awakening that you were really going to be into goth girls who like to choke you and that wanted you went into goth girl mommies. Yeah, that was your awakening with that. You know what? Borderlands was my awakening into what I consider to be my favorite genre of gaming. I like shooters. I like RPGs. Held them together. I'm also a little bit of that tism. And it just, it all mixes into the loot shooter, and Destiny, while again, has a ton of problems, is that perfect mixture for my tism. It is my hyperfixation. It's why I can't leave the game. But I can be very critical about it. So, what we have, the letter we've got from the email, just a real quick run through, because I know how I am with these games. I'm already 8 minutes into the video and I haven't really got to the point. So what has happened is we got an email supposedly from an insider that says that the executives are going to leave after the final payout of Bungie's acquisition comes through, and that basically they're going to be gone. But also there's been rumors for a while that PlayStation is giving Bungie essentially like one last chance to right their ship, or they will have to step in. Because if you don't know, Bungie doesn't work well with publishers. They don't. They want to run their ship their way. They just want somebody to fund them. Here's the thing that doesn't work, because Bungie honestly runs stuff like shit. Yes, is Destiny hands down the best looter shooter ever made? Factual, yes, it is the best looter shooter that's ever existed and probably ever will exist. And that sucks, because there's a lot of problems with that. Why that genre cannot make a good competitor to Destiny is unbeknownst to me, but it's a massive problem with why Destiny is the way it is. If you don't know, there's only been really 2 or 3 competitors out there. The Division, who has tried to limp themselves away, but they can't. They're not real competitors. They are in the genre, but they do not compete. I keep having to be aware that the Division exists, and man, did I want that game to be good. The Division 2. What wasn't there another Division game? Maybe we gotta make a video about that. Yeah, Ubisoft had some drama with. Maybe Ubisoft had some drama with their Defiant, but like, where is the fucking Division game that we were supposed to get like in December? Yo, it's fucking April. Yeah, tomorrow's April. By the time this comes, I'm filming at 1 a.m. It is April. Where did that game go? Whatever. Anyway, getting off track again. So with that, Bungie has created something that should not exist in the quality that it is. That being Destiny. And nobody, for whatever reason, Anthem, the Division, even Borderlands, cannot step up to that game anymore. Many have tried, none of us succeeded. I know there's The Last Descendant, but I'll be honest, I played the beta for that. That's not going to compete. That's going to compete with Warframe. which also isn't Warframe is not a competitor for Destiny. It's not a loot shooter. They're not the same game, even remotely. It is much more a competitor for that than it is for Destiny. Destiny does not have competitors, but that, competition breeds. But anyway, with that, if you don't know, Bungie has started making other games like Marathon. There was a Gummy Bears. I wasn't aware that this was a fucking thing. I got back into the scene though, and I started like kind of paying more attention than I was. The fuck is Gummy Bears? Let me know in the comments below. What the hell is Gummy Bears? I've had it thrown away, but I don't care. I heard immediately that it was canceled, so I don't care to like look too much into it. But they're making Marathon. If you don't know what Marathon is, Marathon, the original Marathon, was Bungie's first shooter game that they made that predates Halo. So what they've done is they've gone through, and like every company nowadays, they revive something they created long ago, so they don't have to actually have to try to play like, oh, this was real, this was our first thing. It's much less like they don't have to create a new IP. They don't have to use their like intellectual brain. They can try to play off some like good marketing. Like, this was our game before Halo, and you know how good Halo was. Yeah, there's a reason your fucking Marathon didn't exist, because it was like Doom. But anyway, it's going to be an extraction shooter, except that originally it was going to be an extraction shooter. Now it's going to be like a hero extraction shooter. But what I think it's going to be more towards, like an operator extraction shooter, where it's kind of like Call of Duty, so they could sell skins. Because if you don't know, Bungie's been selling a lot more crossovers. I mean, hell, we in one season Destiny, we have 3 current crossovers. We have The Witcher, Mass Effect, and Ghostbusters. There's probably more. I don't think I'm missing any of them, but I know Witcher, Mass Effect, and Ghostbusters for certain. That's 3 crossovers in one season. And then we've had the PlayStation 1, where it was Ghost of Tsushima, Aloy, and God of War. And then before that, it was Fortnite, and then there was also Assassin's Creed. I think I've hit them all. Pretend I hit them all. But you know what sells better than those armors in Destiny? Skins, just straight skins. Like playing as Snoop Dogg in Call of Duty, playing as actual Shepard, playing as actual Garrus. If you in the Destiny community call that shit the fucking evil hunter armor again, I'm gonna find you. Know what Garrus Vakarian is. Don't call it the evil armor. But with that, they have basically come through and said that the Sony Japan does not care about this extra shit. They don't care about Marathon. They don't care about Gummy Bears. They don't care about if Bungie were to make 5 games. They don't care. They are here for Destiny. Destiny is supposedly the lightning in a bottle. If you don't know what that refers is, catching lightning in a bottle is a once, like it's almost impossible. It actually is impossible, but like it's an old saying that like you would go through. It's like it's nearly impossible to do, and you can't recreate it, and they can't for whatever reason, and it shouldn't be a thing, but it is. And yes, Destiny is lightning in a bottle. If that's all you came here to hear me say, Destiny is lightning in a bottle. Because no matter how much this game fails, it stays on top. It takes out and outlasts all the competition. It outlasted Anthem. It outlasted both Division games. It's outlasted the game series that made its genre. It outlasted Borderlands. Borderlands is crap. 3 was crap. Tiny Tina was crap. I don't know how that happened. I was pretty sure that was going to be the shit, and it was just shit. No thee. But with that, we've gone down and really, they have dropped the ball on everything. Story, guns, armor, honestly, in some ways, combat. I have problems. Strand breaks every armor, every other subclass. It outpaces. Stasis is by far the shittiest subclass. But and again, a lot of these things we dive deeper because I don't want to make a 3-hour video, because I very well could sit down right now and crank out a 3-hour video. I will pull a Wendigoon right now and we will be here for 3 hours. I don't want to do that. I'm going to space it out over the week and kind of like compartmentalize my thoughts. But with that, Bungie, the final shape for me, and I have to say it, and you can call me a liar. I probably will lie. I probably will lie on this. And because I'll come back, possibly. I'll always come back. Because like I said, Destiny is that tick that nobody else can scratch, that itch that nobody else can quite get to with me. The final shape has very much going to be, in my mind, I want it to be the end. I want it to be either we succeed, either the game is great again and it's the Witch Queen 2.0, or I'm done. And honestly, at the moment, like right now, we are 3 months out, a little over 2 months out from the expansion. I haven't bought it. And that's unknown. That's new to me. I usually, the second they go live, I go on and I buy. Somebody asked me the other day, they came in and they're like, hey dude, how do I buy seasons? I don't know, because since seasons were introduced to like purchase, I have bought the annual pass. That way I click everything at one time. I want everything I know I'm going to play. Yes, there are bad seasons. Yes, that bites me in the butt, but I don't like having to pay for them. I just want to have it one time and done, because I know at some point I'm going to play Destiny. There have been failures. There is obviously the pirate one, the other Fallen. I feel every Fallen season ends up sucking. Anyway, I think the executives need to leave. And we're hearing rumors that the executives are kind of on autopilot. They want to get Marathon out before they leave. For whatever reason, I can't remember what the reason everybody was saying is, but they want Marathon out before they leave because they know that the Sony Japan doesn't want it. Apparently, there's supposed to be somebody higher up at Sony America that's very much in the boat of trying to they're essentially the holding back the tides of Sony Japan, and not having them straight up come out and be like, yo, fuck all this shit, scrap all this. You are a company who makes Destiny. You don't make shit but Destiny. And honestly, what they need to do, I want Sony Japan to come in and gut, and I mean gut, Bungie. And yes, unfortunately, I understand it's people going to lose their jobs. Unfortunately, that's how it's going to be. Now, I want these to be executives. I will be straight up. I know because if I don't clear this up right now, I know I'm going to join the hate train that everybody else got into with the layoffs that happened with Bungie a few months back. I want executives gutted. I think the devs do a very good job. I really do. I think the devs do a good job, but I think too much of Destiny is held down by executives who don't want to be on the project anymore. They are out to get money, and I think they are finally, I honestly, I think they're done. I think they're tired of working, and they know they can get this payout and probably never work again. They don't have to work again in their lives if they play it smart, but I think they're definitely done with Destiny. I mean, watch, these devs will probably leave, and there's probably another studio. I guarantee you there's going to, if they do all leave and Sony Japan comes in, within a year, there will be another studio that is created by them that's essentially going to be, it's going to have the tagline, all the executives who created Halo and Destiny. Fun fact, I don't think anybody who really was there for Halo is at Bungie anymore. There might be a dude. It's kind of like the guys like when who was it, Turtle Creek or whatever, Turtle Rock made Back for Blood, and they said from the creators, because it was made like by the same studio name wise that made Left 4 Dead. They're like, by the studio who made Left 4 Dead, and the only guy who was there from the time of Left 4 Dead, even Left 4 Dead 2, was a guy who was fetching coffee during that time. That's what Bungie's going to be. I think Bungie has completely wiped the Halo team, to my knowledge. And I think a lot of executives are like, obviously, the Destiny people, and they're done with the project, and they're going to move over here. But that's the thing. If that comes the thing, I will not buy their game. Will not pay for their game because it's going to be monetized. That's definitely going to be another video. Is my issues with their monetization and their money-hungry bullshit. What I am going to get about is, like, what this whole week is going to be is I want to break down the things with Destiny that I hate. It's going to be the story, the guns, and the combat, and how all that revolves around. Again, these are all my opinions and how I want this game to change. Because I've sat here and I've ranted. If you tune in my live streams, anything like that, you know who Tokyo is. He's had to listen to these rants for the last like 2 or 3 nights because he jumped back in with me. He goes where I go. But I want to talk about all that story again. It's just monetization. It's thing. But I won't, and that's the thing is everybody's like, well, you just want to hate in the game. Dude, I don't. I have said it more times than I can count. I have missed playing Destiny because so basically my timeline is I played, I guess, a really hard, probably a week or so into Season of the Deep, max out, framed a few weapons, left. I know I came back, and I think that's probably when I got stuff done, is I know I came back for the solstice for armor. I don't think I even got anything done with the armor. Really need to get that done this year. But then I left again, came back, Season the Witch. Season the Witch had a lot of potential, and then I had some drama happen with the clan I was in revolving Crota, and all I wanted to do was raid, and it was like 2 weeks in, I still couldn't get a raid in, so I just fucking left. And honestly, it soured. That was the first time that like the community of Destiny really got to me. And it was like, well, shit, this fucking community is, because the Destiny community for a lot of parts is toxic. I don't like a lot of the content creators. And it's not me, like, I know I'm like blocked by a few of them because I've spoken out about stupid shit they've said. And it's not always game related. I don't think I mind their game takes. I don't like them as people. I really don't. They've said some dumb shit, but that's neither here nor there. I don't like the Destiny community. That's ends up being the unfortunate problem of it. Now, I don't like the content creator side, and I don't like you guys who send death threats. But I think there is some players who just love the game. I've played with plenty of those. You guys have come through my streams, my videos. Some of you guys are cool, but also you've got people like I put a comment out on TikTok about in here on YouTube asking, hey, what should I be farming for after I've been gone for 8 months? One of them was literally download net limiter. Okay, get fucked, loser. And one of them was, I don't know. Why did he comment? Because I wanted to be an ass. There are good people in the Destiny community. Unfortunately, the Destiny community, I think, is one of the most toxic fucking shitholes ever. The minority does ruin it for the majority. Unfortunately, it's a really loud minority. But anyway, I really do think this game is lightning in a bottle. And throughout this week, yes, this is very much going to be like a 25 to 30 minute setup for the week. Thank you to anybody who's watched it this far. I understand this is a really ranty video. The next few videos will not be as ranty, and I will reel it back. But with that, so what we're going to be breaking down is I'm going to go ahead and tackle monetization tomorrow. And then Wednesday, we will tackle story. Then on Thursday, we will tackle combat, guns, gameplay. Let's say gameplay. And then on Friday will be the final part, which is how I think we save Destiny after the final shape and how new players, I think maybe let's fit new players into the story and then tie that back in. Let's do story on Thursday. So tomorrow, Tuesday, will be monetization. Then gameplay on Wednesday, story on Thursday, because it leads into what I had to say on the final shape and how we saved Destiny on Friday and how I think you should go about, and I'm going to take a lot of lessons from other games that have come out here and done it. But I do think Destiny's in a bottle, the lightning in a bottle, and I really do want this game to come back. I really want the final shape to really bring me back, but I think the executives are on autopilot and the devs are just paying for their fuck ups. Guys, I know it's not a super exciting video. I just like making these videos. Please tune into my streams. Please tune into the links below where I do the Platinum Series hunts. I did just do Final Fantasy VII Remake. That was a pain. I do those below, but also I'm getting much more back into doing my multiplayer. There is a lot happening on Kelso Reviews coming up. We have State of the Game series. That's a series that I used to do here that I am bringing back. Basically, take modern games, multiplayer games, Battlefield, Diablo, Destiny. There's one for that coming up. Most likely next week, I will put that out because I want to tie it in as kind of like the icing on the cake for all of this Destiny stuff. We also have Diablo 4, Final Fantasy. I'm not gonna do Warcraft. I don't want to fuck World of Warcraft. Fucking game, go to hell. But there's a lot coming up. That's in Kelso Reviews. I do a lot because ADHD bounces around. I'm very much like, gaming is my tism. It's everything I'm focused in on, and I like to get that out and talk to you guys. I make content so I can talk about it because my friends get tired of hearing it. Guys, if you stay down here this long, I thank you. I appreciate you. I will be trying to get streams back going live. My life has been kind of insane the last few months. Probably not going to get any better, but I'm trying to get streams going. We obviously are getting more YouTube videos out. I've got to try to get started on the next Platinum series, but a lot of things are holding it back. Honestly, Rebirth might have to go in the back burner because Rebirth is taking a lot of my time. That shit I thought was not going to be that long, and it's 60 hours. I'm on like episode chapter 10. But guys, thank you for sticking around. I will see you tomorrow. We'll talk about the monetization issues of Bungie and Destiny.